last year, January, as a Be Nexter, which is the next generation of Black business stars in America. And we tout Be Nexters as 35 and under. And Natasha just wants to make it very clear that she is not yet 30. She's not yet 30. And this business started in 2005, so you can do math. So, you know, how does someone have the fortitude, particularly when you were young, you were inexperienced, you didn't have money, you didn't have the contacts, which may have been an advantage, you know, you didn't know enough to know, maybe, but you have had to continue to take risks.
Right.
Where do you find the fortitude to do that?
Honestly, I felt like I did not have a choice. I felt like there was no other choice but for me to, one, follow my heart, because obviously, I'll tell you all really what happened. Hurricane Katrina came in New Orleans, everything, my whole entire life changed. I was in law school in New Orleans at Loyola. So once that came and we all were sent back home to figure out what we were about to do with our lives after 1 week of law school, I started to figure out, I hate this. This is not where I want to be. I can't vocalize that because my family is, you know, professional family, and we don't know about the whole freelance and start your own thing. I didn't even know about that, so I didn't want to go forth with that. But once we were sent to Houston to finish our first year of law school at U of H, I just was depressed, and I knew that this is not where I had to be. I decided not to go back the second year, and I wasn't doing well anyway, so I was like, I can't keep I had a scholarship, but at the same time, law school, the books, everything is extra.
Okay.
So I knew I was putting out money to get, I wasn't feeling right. And I knew that if I didn't go to school, and my mother made it very clear, I mean, if you don't go to school, so what you gonna do? I mean, you have to do something. So I didn't have a choice. I had to make this work, and I had to follow my heart, and I had to say, if I don't have a job, I applied to several jobs. I wanted to be a lobbyist, that's why I was going to law school. I was applying everywhere on Capitol Hill, where I had worked for 2 summers. Not one person would hire me. I applied to McDonald's, they wouldn't hire me. Nobody would hire me. I applied to 50, 100 jobs in just a matter of like a month, and no one would hire me. And one of my sorority sisters pulled me to the side and said, what is it gonna take for you to realize you're not supposed to work there? You're supposed
I
to
know that's
follow your
right.
heart." So I finally just did it. And I said, I'm gonna have to do it full time. There is no failure. There is no, what if this doesn't work? It has to work, because I have no choice. No one will hire me, and my mother would not let me live there. So I had to stay up 24 hours, 48 hours at a time to learn the coding, to learn this, learn that, teach myself. There was no one else doing what I was doing, so I couldn't run to someone else and ask them. I had to literally learn it on my own. I did not put out a dime for almost 2 years. Didn't spend money on anything. Found a free way to do everything. Not saying it was all legal. I know that. I'm not saying anything horribly illegal, but thankfully with the blog world and with the online world, things are very gray in the legal system, so do what you can while you can. And I think that it wasn't a matter of how do I break away and do what I want to do, it was a matter of I didn't have a choice. And I felt like I was just compelled to put out what I wanted to put out, that I knew needed to be out there, and it's going to work.
Maybe you second guessed even moving forward.
I think that would be the time when I first had to hire accountants, and I knew I was bringing in a certain amount of money. Everything hit me at once. Once you do something right and people start to notice, it'll feel like the world crashes around you, because I don't want to get Christian about it and say the devil's working against you, but it's essentially what it is. So I want to say about 2 years after I started the business and everything is running, I thought running smoothly. I mean, I definitely didn't have what I have now, so I thought I was doing just great then, and I'm getting lawsuits, legal threats left and right. I'm getting my own commenters kind of turning against me and now talking about me and telling me I'm horrible and questioning what I say. And I speak from an opinion point of view, so I don't just give you the story, I give you what I think about it. So when it went from 25 readers, my roommates and my grandmother and my mom, from that to the whole world reading it, so of course you're going to get people that disagree with you. But the key fact is, they're still coming back to your site voluntarily.
Pretty
so
much.
I had to remember that, and I had to grow some thick skin, because I am a sensitive person. I've never cut people down and tried to be horribly cruel to them, but I did feel like I was getting that, not only from people that had a problem with what I was saying, but advertisers that I'm working with, corporate people that I'm working with, I noticed that when I started cutting deals left and right and demanding a certain amount of money for the niche audience I had, because you all are my audience and you all are worth more than what they were trying to give me, to give to you. So I said, no, I have that niche audience that you all have been trying to find for how many years? The young black female audience, professional female audience that has forethought. You all have been trying to find that woman so that you can capitalize on getting her money and the shopping, the clothes, the cars. You all are who they're trying to reach. That's my main audience. That's millions of people. They started to recognize that I was right, and being a woman and being at that time 25, 26, I never got respect. That's why I wear 6-inch heels in every meeting I go to, because I walk in, they're like, who's this little girl? So you have to demand the respect, and it was really, really hard. I've never had to fight for something because I've been in school all my life. I knew I had to prove myself. I made an A. I'm smart. You can make an A in this business, an A, and no one will care. They'll still demand you to, oh, well, why should I care? Why should I give you my money? You're nothing. I don't want to talk to you. So that was, it was hard for me to say, I'm going to keep going and fight against this. But to this day, I still fight against things. But the more you demand your respect, the more you will get it.
I'm going to say, the mic is there, and you all